Akwa TV na wasukusu a wuti mo mo say obe like your comment let's subscribe and share the notification bell on site to abusawa say the be news about what on site bit na manifest within edi obi give research na make us we me go right is Minister of Information Kojo Oppong command send the ama betwa content is about pay the money we say we say o catch na some of the betwa content no and they say yes draw for more man gan mo bomb baso papa we juma pa so ma bo man gan mu na say so society of catch on say central for no e man papa we man mu no hwe na say omuntu mi ambo na say o right ni ntumi ankwenti o right o this answer so etudwa na society so e ka say central for we man mu na hwe na say news na say e be ka say ka say bomb de ba won tin no man hwe na mo hwe na say ho nte papa say ya Ghana yesu yedi ntumi say wa mananu ababa yi ebo yes centrofo abaso Sunday sebi etsana to omuni man so nsem aba omatem so mede ebro mu beto comment section na so akọkye wadwe no nsem a Kojo Oppong kuma aso de ekekan man ko tie ni mu asem ankasa ensem no so edi tutu bia.
Economic rights is yet to be fully achieved, especially as the world faces dim economic forecasts following recent global challenges. Now, while urging the media in Ghana to keep the spotlight on all human rights, we want to in particular encourage an even sharper focus on efforts to ensure that the economic rights of citizens are fully actualized. Programs by state and non-state actors to support the Ghanaian people in building back faster after the recent economic challenges should be given deeper attention. We further encourage the media to give more mileage to content that empowers citizens to fully enjoy their economic rights. The Ministry of Information renews its commitment to support the media stakeholder groups such as the Ghana Journalists Association, the Private Independent Newspapers Association, the Communication Educators Platform, the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, and the National Media Commission to implement Ghana's media support programs. The ministry further encourages all other stakeholders, including our development partners, to support the Media Capacity Enhancement Program and the Coordinated Mechanism for the Safety of Journalists as sure instruments to better equip the media to discharge its mandate for our democracy. And we wish all our colleagues a happy World Press Freedom Day. I'll do a quick translation into Twi and then I'll make some remarks about the report that is about to be put out. And there, we are seeing Kai Central for Ejuma. Potokasem, Yakan World Press Freedom Day. Na Ghana Hano, so Ghana Banyabo Central for Abaso, Yakai Ejuma Sona Central for Eye Edeboa, Ma Yemaino, Yempuntu, Debia Esi Eniso. Na ene wiase nyina kai ekwan a Central for ebefa so na omaboa na nipa ahodo nyina fa ahodie no etumi etintim fa ahodie baako a Ghana ha ye ho adwuma a yenwie ya enso bia so yesikasem empuntuo eho fa ahodie broni frɛ no economic rights na no na ene a ye bo Central for abaso na ye kai ho se Central for wo se ye kon okoden ma nipa nyina fa ahodie gina no ye kai ye nuanom Central for se ye nyina ye sikasem fa ahodie no so no e ka fa ahodie ahodo a ye ka nipa fa ahodie a ye kan ka ho na niam ahodo a ban ene nyumakuo ye aboa se ankora sikasem fa ahodie ebetintim no ye nuanom Central for mommoa na abrebia no yemmo eho dewuro. Ministry of Information and Ghana ban enema hodo a ye de boa Central adwuma no Media Capacity Enhancement Program ye boa wono mo kyerɛkyerɛ Central for ade ye boa wom sɛ ye krokres kakra di pia wom sɛ wom ntumi nkyerɛ Central for ade kakra na ye nimdi a ye de adwuma no enkosoa enko nanim. Any coordinated mechanism for the safety of journalists nhyehyɛe a National Media Commission de boa say Central for Bambo ebegina ne naso no yebekɔso aye ne yekɔso so srɛ sɛ adɔfo ne aboafo so emmoa saa eku ahodo yi na omuntumi nye ma enyina ne naso edamase. My tree is still intact. I want to make a few remarks on the second subject for our briefing today, and that is the report that is about to be put out on Ghana's export position generally, and in particular, our non-traditional export position for the year 2022. Now, it's a very important subject which very often we don't pay much attention to. And I want to use a few minutes just to lay the foundation. This whole conversation about export is a big deal because it is the major avenue through which we earn hard currency. That hard currency, or the dollars or the yuan or whatever that comes from our exports, is what we use to service our import obligations. So whenever we need to import some of the necessities, fuel, medicines, whatever, that we don't produce here in Ghana that is imported, we have to rely properly so on our export earnings. Now, where our exports are low, it means that we will not have enough export earnings. And if our imports end up being higher than our exports, then there's a higher demand on the little foreign currency or hard currency to service our import bills. And when there's that higher demand as against the lower supply of the hard currency, what ends up happening is that the currency depreciates. So often when you see the currency depreciating, one of the major reasons is because we are not earning enough from our exports as against how much we are spending on our imports. And that is why the subject of exports is such a big deal for us. Now, in addressing this, a number of interventions have been rolled out to ensure that our export earnings go up. And that is why last year this report was presented to you, and this year this report is being presented as well, so that we can pay some more attention to what we are doing to earn more hard currency, to shore up our reserves, so that even as we cut down on our import bill, we will have enough of hard currency and ensure that our currency doesn't depreciate. What we've been through for a greater part of this year has been partly because, in addition to the global shocks we are suffering, our export earnings have been low. So this report is a very, very, very important report. It will be launched by the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, my sister and my colleague. Whatever she does, she's still from the Ministry of Information, the Honorable Nkrumah Meje, to be launched by her, but Madam Asabia will present the full details to us. And I want to implore you to please make some time in your various bulletins and programming structures to have the importance of this discussed, so that people can also understand the role that they can play in it.
I know any some Kojo Oppong, Minister of Information, to that were boy central for our food, my power, some about my gun, some just no more, to manage to say, and news and as a Casibon, Baba, Montino, and went to my fire, the bit here, your mind gun, and I said, let's say, my gun, D, Manonia, and so sans in Saba Montia, made it Abramo, high formative, Yam Casibu, Abramo, Eddie Obi, Game Station, Nkrumah.